My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 15, 2026. It is 1:13 a.m. Oh my goodness, yesterday after I finished editing whatever I was editing, I was completely out of it. Got off the computer and took a shower. I was knocked out on the couch. And then throughout the day I was thinking, oh, there's so much thing I want to record, so at least when I get up in the middle of the night, like right now, I could just come to edit. I didn't feel like going back in the computer. So there's a lot to share with you. There's probably gonna be several recordings today. The first video I plan on doing is gonna focus on the JFK Center. I have some tweets to share with you, so I want to keep that by itself. And with that video, I'm gonna insert a little bit about President Obama. The second video probably have to do with the Left Behinders in the UK and images, those fancy images I be sharing with you, the squad be making. Keep in mind, I'm not the one who's making them, okay? Because I read something in one of my comments under the my community board. It seems like this person thought I was the one who's making them. I'm only sharing them, okay? Many of you are not on Twitter, so when I come across something that is interesting, like those images, I share them with you, okay? So it's not my work. The only thing that I do, I copy and paste. And then if I have anything to say, I'll put something under the captions, okay? And a little bit about the New York Knicks, and there's Heavy who volunteer Warriors games, okay? So the game that gave him the idea for Invictus, so he was participating in that. So that might be another video by itself, okay? And if I have time, there's some more things about Ireland, Chinese buffet, Korea. I don't know. I'm looking at my note on the side. Okay, so let's go on X. We're gonna start with the JFK Center, and the first tweet is relating to President Obama, okay? The library Obama's opening, or the center. Right, go on the, what did he call his channel? The Obamafoundation, I think. There's a YouTube channel, so you might get so much more information about that. Okay, our My Brother's Keepers Alliance ambassadors are examples of the outstanding young people we've been proud to support at the Obamafoundation over the years. We hope the Obama Presidential Center inspires even more. Okay, so it's a minute and 30 seconds. I'm sorry, I will not be able to share it properly. Okay, that's the thing here. You will see a screenshot, but I'm not even sure if there's a music in it, so I'll try my best. The best thing is go to the Obamafoundation YouTube channel. Okay, like
I didn't realize how massive the campus is.
So much to take in. Literally so much.
They got the Obama J's.
This is beautiful.
For these young men to walk into the Obama Presidential Center and to be on this campus gives them such an incredible sense of what they mean to all of this, because they're part of this incredible legacy and the future of it that is here at the center.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Hey. At what age did you decide to make a difference, huh?
It's one thing to hear about it, to read about it, have people talk to you about it. It's another for them to actually be here in person to witness this and understand what they mean to it.
Yo, this is all his quotes.
I mean, check this out. Like, this is just incredible. Oh, that's fire.
Even though they're all over the country, They're all joined by the fact that they are MBK ambassadors, the first group of MBK ambassadors, as a matter of fact. And the joy that comes with that is so palpable.
Yeah, that's me right there.
Oh wait, what? That's crazy. Oh, this is insane. Whoa, whoa.
Se puede, what that mean?
Si se puede means yes, you can.
Okay. Like I said, if you go on the Obamafoundation YouTube channel, you might see how this originated. There's occasionally over the years, I may have shared some part of these things in random videos. Okay, Obama, look at these amazing young people. Trump, look at me. That's basically the difference in a nutshell. At Grok, which approach leaves a stronger legacy. At Grok, who accomplished more, Obama in 10 years or Trump since he started his second term. All right, let me leave that alone. Okay, so the key thing here, I wanted to share that with you. All right, so now we're gonna start with the JFK Center. The first one are the people who's removing the thing, the names, and someone turned it into a music video, but unfortunately, due to copyright, not only I'll be interrupting the video, okay, you know what, let me just go over it like that. Okay, they're dancing on the scaffold. Let me give you a sense of what video they're playing in terms of music. Okay, YMCA, that's what I forgot. It's YMCA they're dancing to. Alright, the work crew is really grooving as Trump's name is ripped off the Kennedy Center. There's a laugh here, young man. Oh, I forgot, there's the part they're playing here. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. Peak YMCA celebration vibes. America is healing one scaffold dance at a time. Alright. Okay, I skip it purposely. Alright, right here. Still, I'm not even sure if YouTube will let it play, even though I'm skipping into it. Okay. Alright, that's that. Let me see. Who made this? We really should give them the credit they deserve. Bravo, anonymous creator. Your work is appreciated. I wish I knew who created it. They definitely deserve all the credits. Alright, so people are circulating that video. Alright, so YMCA Kennedy Center. Now, this is the bulk of this video. It's about 10 minutes. I believe it's CNN who's interviewing or who's making light of how this come about. This is the most important tweet video that I have, my whole video. Okay, just end. This is a pretty stunning detail from the Kennedy Center fight. Rep. Joyce Betty says she was the only board member who tried to stop Trump's name from being placed on the Kennedy Center. According to Betty, the proposal wasn't even on the agenda. She says she joined remotely, attempting to object, and was muted before she could make her case. Betty challenged the move in court, arguing the Kennedy Center's governing law did not allow the institution to be renamed after Trump. Now, what I'm thinking here from reading this portion only, maybe those board members need to be removed. They're not protecting the legacy of the center itself. Okay? This week, a federal judge agreed and ordered Trump's name removed. Tonight, workers are physically taking it down. That's the video that I was just sharing with you where the people were dancing to the YMCA. That's the story. Not just that Trump's name is coming off the building. That's that the board member who says she was silenced ended up winning in court. All right, so let's listen to this. Unfortunately, there will be screenshot.
President Trump's name is coming down from the Kennedy Center building. A judge has rejected the center's last-minute request to freeze a previous judge's ruling while the court proceedings play out. The court didn't elaborate on that decision, and they have until midnight tonight to restore the original name. Now, you'll remember back in December, a Trump-approved board of trustees voted to change the name in order to honor him. CNN Washington correspondent Sunlen Sarfati is on the scene. Sunlen, what is happening? Is there still a crowd out there waiting for this to happen?
Yeah, Abby, it's a rather extraordinary scene outside the Kennedy Center at 10 p.m. on a Friday evening. What this moment is really emblematic of the political divide, frankly, that exists in Washington right now. As you can see behind me, you have a crew of about 13 people. They are bar by bar constructing this large scaffolding, and they're going to build this so that they can reach the words Donald Trump to remove his name from the Kennedy Center. And just off screen here at the angle you can't see fully, but there are hundreds of people here in DC who have come out to witness this moment. Now, with every foot that they build this scaffolding, we've heard chants of take it down, take it down. Clearly, many of the people out here coming today to witness in support of that name coming down. And there was a last-ditch effort on the part of the Kennedy Center today in the courts to try to get the name to remain on the building, but that was denied by a federal judge, reinforcing that President Trump's Kennedy Center needed to take the name off the wall. And there you see people cheering as the workers are climbing up the scaffolding, again, adding to it. So again, the federal judge making sure that the Kennedy Center would take down this name by midnight tonight. So now it really is a race against the clock. And notably, Abby, as you know, Washington, just a wild moment that this late on a Friday night, this many people are out here. This name on the side of this building has been symbolic for so much. President Trump's reach in Washington, his attempt at making a stamp and remake cultural institutions like the Kennedy Center. So we'll be here watching certainly a significant moment. Abby.
And don't forget, since Trump got involved with the Kennedy Center and things like that, trying to change what it stands for, there have been a lot of people who have boycotted, musicians, whoever were going to be part of celebration of things. Many of them have boycotted because they truly believe in the arts, you know. Whichever branch of the arts they're part of, you know, just go search. Throughout the years, there have been a lot of noise being made. And this is why I say in some of my videos, if you live outside of the US, okay, you're going to hear the overall noise. But if you live inside, you pay attention, there are smaller little steps that are being taken to somewhat make things balance, okay? Because Trump wants to create chaos so he could do his things outside of the U.S. Peacefully without any interruption by giving people American distraction. But there are some people who truly focusing and, you know, they focus on the target, like the Epstein. They're still talking about the Epstein, believe it or not. Okay, they're not letting that go. All right, but let's continue. The other thing as well, if he wants his name on something, why doesn't he build it himself? He just doesn't want to spend money to create his own. Look, at the beginning of this video, I showed you about the Obama Center, what he just created. It's going to open on the 19th. Okay, so why doesn't he have rich friends? Why doesn't he create his own? All right, and when I was watching the Obama thing, all I was thinking is it took a lot of dedication, the funding. I mean, it's a lot of work. Definitely, I recommend people to go on the Obamafoundation YouTube channel. There's been little clips here and there talking about the foundation, the center, as it was being built. But anyway, let's get back to this video. Let's continue.
Wow, what a sign of the times, Sunlen. We'll keep keeping an eye on that scene tonight as we see what happens to those letters. Just about 2 hours left before they have to comply with this ruling. But back here in New York, it is pretty extraordinary. I had to chuckle because I was reading the court filing by DOJ as they tried to convince the court to allow them to keep the name up. And they changed the bylaws of the Kennedy Center to basically say that any money that they received while that name was up there was contingent on Donald Trump's name being on the Kennedy Center, which is a living memorial to the former president. And the court filing says the reason for this clause is that people and companies who have given or will be giving millions of dollars to the center were only willing to do so with the name Trump on the building. Many did it because they loved the concept of two great presidents, one Republican, one Democrat, working together as one, in many ways,
One
a
is
bipartisan relationship, exclamation point. Not sure if Donald Trump has started working at the Justice Department, but yeah, I mean, it's almost comical if it didn't actually happen.
So I'm going to just be a lawyer for a second. The reason why this is a great moment in history, what's going on, that his name is coming down, is that the judiciary has no real power to make sure people do what they say. So right now, President Trump can say, no, nothing's coming down. And the judge has nothing. The judge doesn't have an army. The judge doesn't have any power to do anything. So this is our government actually working. When the judiciary uses the power of a pen, nothing more than the power of a pen saying, no, you can't do this, and everyone is following the judge's order, that's a great American moment that the government is working. The three branches of government are working the way they're supposed to.
Look at the smirk of the other guy.
I actually agree with him, but I also think that when you look at...
It's okay, you're allowed to. You said it like, holy cow. I actually agree.
Come on,
with you.
shut up. You had your
It's
turn.
10:06. I just got started.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything.
I didn't even get a complete sentence out. I love you.
It was the tone. It was the tone.
Yes, I agree with you. You're right 3 or 4% of the time. So you're not going to agree with this part. What I was going to say is I believe this is just indicative of what the Trump presidency will be. You have an individual who has what most people would agree to have a heavy dose of psychopathy that is rooted in some sense of self that is not necessarily rooted in anything. So he wants his name on buildings. He wants his picture on dollar bills. He wants those type of things. And when Donald Trump is gone, I do believe that many of the things that he deems to be accomplishments, those superficial things, without changing the lives for the better of the American people, will come down and will be erased. And so this is going to be the first, although this is something that individuals can see, not just with their mind's eye, but they can literally see with their eyes, that name coming down. I think that there's going to be a lot of scrubbing from the history books of Donald Trump's name, the things that Donald Trump has done, and the things that won't be expunged are things like impeachment.
You know what?
One thing I have to say, though, with Donald Trump being in office and the amount of things he got away with, the only thing that I see that's positive about it, I feel like it opens the eyes of the people, at least me, I don't know about others, to revisit those things that he was able to get away with without any concrete or law behind it, to revisit it and put a law behind it and make it solid and fix it. That's the only thing that I see with all those BS he has done. He has caused a lot of lives, which I have said, as we move forward, some people may not make it. And we have seen, due to his presidency and things that he has done and said and so forth, so on, there have been some cost of life. So some of those things that he has done illegally, that were not part of rule of law, and people just sit back and let it happen, is to revisit these things and buffer them. Perfect example. What do you call this? When he pardoned somebody, there has to be something to make it more concrete why a president can pardon someone. Because there have been a lot of naysayers or things that have been said that people pay for him to pardon. Meanwhile, there have been long court battle to get these people behind bars, and this guy said, pay me and you get out. No, this cannot be done. This cannot be done. And then we see innocent people going to jail, to prison for a long time because they don't have the financial backing. I mean, there's so much things that has happened during his first and second term that people need to revisit and restructure it and make it stronger. All right, so let's continue.
I think it's an important point that this for liberals is sort of like a celebratory moment, but I think it is emblematic of one of the big problems with this Trump second term. He is expending a huge amount of energy, self-aggrandizing in the office. He was elected to lower prices, make people's lives better. Instead, he's calling into meetings, according to CNN's reporting, that according to a source, it was like an episode of Veep. He's calling into meetings at the Kennedy Center to talk to them about this issue, to attack the judge's wife, who was a former attorney for Joe Biden at one point. Then the board says, oh, maybe they'll make a resolution to honor Trump that would recognize his major contributions. What is all of this about? I mean, is the entire government supposed to be working to make this one man feel good about himself?
Well, are we upset that the President of the United States took an interest in the Kennedy Center, took an interest in a building?
A lot of people are upset about that, yes.
Well, but why? Why would they be upset about it? Now, I'll answer my own question. Because they've never been able to stand the fact that Donald Trump won the White House the first time, and especially the second time.
I have an alternative explanation.
They don't want him to be able to exercise any power,
Congress
large or small.
established the Kennedy Center as a memorial for John F. Kennedy, and that it is illegal for him to slap his name on it. That is why people are upset
Look,
about
here's
it.
the deal. He took an interest in this.
What about the law, Scott?
Well, what about it? He took an interest in it.
What about it?
Let me tell you what I see. What I see.
We're abiding by the law.
You can't get the government on the phone after 3 o'clock on a Friday, yet we can build scaffolding to scrape a name off the side of a building.
They build scaffolding to put a name on the side of
this
the
is what the
building.
government can do. And what is it that Democrats do for fun on a Friday night? These haters stand out on the street screeching about a name.
I mean, if he wants a building with his name on it, why can't he does his own? Look at this. At the beginning of this video, I was showing you about the Obamafoundation thing. He's creating his own thing. Why can't Trump does his own thing? That's all. This thing has been there for a very long time. All of a sudden, he wants to put his name on it.
Haters. To your point about it is against the law, I want to give a shout out to Representative Joyce Beatty.
Thank you.
I think that she actually tells the story that when she was on she's a member of the board, and there was a meeting and she wasn't there, and she called in virtually, and this was not on the agenda to change the name or add Donald Trump's name to the Kennedy Center, and she tried to speak up against it. When she found out about it, she said she was shocked. They muted her. They wouldn't allow her to talk. She then actually filed the lawsuit to stop this. And on May 29th, we now find out that this is when the judge said, you know what, you're right, take it down. And I just want to give her a shout out for one particular reason. When they tried to shut her down, she said it wasn't about me, it was about arts. And it's bigger than this, and it wasn't fair. And she was the only one that had enough cojones to say chutzpah.
Testicular fortitude.
Testicular fortitude. Thank you, friends. To say, you know what? It's not right, and someone should do something about it. She said Donald Trump was on the meeting when she was actually trying to object, and he was trying to intimidate her with looks, and she still went ahead. So shout out to her for saying something is wrong, let's do something about it, and it should do something for all of us Americans who feel like we're not happy with what's going on.
Us New Yorkers are not surprised that Donald Trump is putting his name on everything. I mean, it's just like, it's laughable for us. I mean, his name is everywhere. I've gone to a Trump grill, and Abby, I've never seen this before. I ordered a hamburger, and on the bun, God bless him. Burger? And on the bun, they they char it with his profile. Like, so I'm eating President Trump. But you know what? I'm with Scott too. Like, you gotta have a very little going on in your life on a Friday night that you're standing in front of the thing whistling. I mean go watch Abby Phillip on CNN. Do something productive.
I mean, you can argue.
You see what I'm getting from this? They're saying, like, as if people have nothing to do on a Friday night. And this is when many of those people who wants to change the rules, when they know the people will not be for it, they use a time where people relax or sleeping or something like that to change the rule of law. So this is why they don't like African Americans. They were on top of it. He's making it seem like it's a Friday night, people should be doing something else. Meanwhile, they're destroying the rule of law that people should be abide by to fit their narrative, so they could do whatever they want. So on a Friday night, these people were on top of it. They're like, nah, remove it.
Argue that that's the case, but these are also American citizens. Maybe they care about the law.
Yeah.
Maybe they care about. Maybe they care about. Maybe they care about what the judge said is the plain text of the law. The quote: "The Kennedy Center's organic statute makes it crystal clear that the center is to be named for President Kennedy."
Following the law.
Congress gave the center its name. Only Congress can.
And we also acknowledge that since its inception, the Kennedy Center has been a place where the arts have flourished.
Yeah.
It has not been a place of partisan politics.
At all.
Nobody.
Like I was just saying a few moments ago. That's why I'm glad they were raising some really good topic here.
Ever said we're going to go to the Kennedy Center because John F. Kennedy was a great Democrat. No one ever says that.
No one
They
ever.
go to celebrate the art.
Perfect. Okay, so that's that. This is my last video. I don't want to go in the comments because we're gonna see the MAGAs and whatnot in there as well. All right, this is my last one. All right, so this is the woman who objected, the only person who objected and took it to court. Okay, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of Center Valley, the boards, those who object, who quit, and then anyway, but let's focus on that. I love that a black woman is responsible for this. That's the life. Yeah. This is why they don't like black people. This is why Israel came into the United States and saying their biggest threat is young African Americans.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
This was an Israeli government official who was saying this, not some low-level operative or some rogue member of their diplomatic corps. This was a senior member of their administrative government who was saying this on American soil. Their biggest problem wasn't Hamas or Hezbollah or the Palestinian Authority or Syria or even Iran. She said that Israel's biggest problem was young black people in the United States.
We're the only one who seem to have the fortitude to see what's right and wrong. The majority of us, not all of us, the majority of us. Okay, shout out to Rep. Betty for filing the lawsuit to get Trump's name removed from the Kennedy Center. And I think she's dancing to the YMCA here, okay? Unfortunately, I cannot share it. I just wanted to show you who she is, all right? And I spoke about her in one of the videos where I was mentioning about the John F. Kennedy, not too long ago. Let me see. Yeah, I'll show you the thumbnails of it because I think I did put the Kennedy Center in it. Okay, I muted. There she is dancing. I'm telling you, I hope we're having young people who have this fighting spirit with them because the old ones are gone, are starting to go. All right, so that's that. Okay, so, okay, there's that. There's more things. Okay, I have more things to share with you. So this is the end of this video. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for thanks, maybe. Let's say vision. Vision, yeah, and senses, because I keep saying that we need to use our senses because these people are trying for you to detach yourself from your senses, and they want you to trust on them while they're directing you on the wrong direction. So this is what I meant by vision and senses. Okay, a prayer for spiritual vision and discernment. Focus on asking for wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and the removal of anything that clouds your judgment or path. Perfect. All right, dear Heavenly Father, I ask that you open my spiritual eyes and enlighten the eyes of my understanding. Remove any veil of doubt or confusion that shrouds my path. Grant me the discernment to see your will, recognize your guiding voice, and make choices that honor you. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, something like this. This hit the spot for me. We need to be spiritually enlightened. Your senses, because these people trying to cloud everything. They want you to trust only in them when they not guiding you in the right direction.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack, is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. the fear to speak. In America, power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals.
They want you to be self-sabotage. Actually, this is the video where I was mentioning it, and this is her picture I put right next to it. Alright, so that is it. I'm gonna do another video. The next video, I'm gonna start, those images again. Keep in mind, I'm not the one who's making those images, okay? I'm only sharing them with you. So I will start with that on my next video. Alright, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and try to support my channel. Whenever you see my videos, let me know which part in the video that you like I could turn into a short. Thanks.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.